Hello and welcome to Naval Action. This is BMAQ2-X, and there's been a patch today. Let's look that up. April 15th patch, Captains. Following changes will be deployed on today, April 15th. Increased inertia momentum for all vessels by 10%. If you are sailing in the 100 to 75% speed zone, you will lose speed 10% slower, both when losing wind and when actively turning. Additional inertia changes are also coming. Slight changes in rudder efficiency. The loss of rudder effectiveness from losing speed will be slightly smoother, not so drastic. Increase conquest flag weight by 800 to 800, so only higher vessels, heavier vessels, can deliver it to the destination. Increased air balloon hold size to 50 tons. Added missing resources to the following areas. Baracoa area, added iron and saltpeter source. Trinidad area, added molasses. Delivery missions now properly scaled with the distance between ports. Cerberus note from the final exam can now be activated even without free dock space. The ship will be added directly to your fleet. Be careful with that. Fixed the bug that allowed escaping to shallow ports while sailing deep water ships. Fixed an issue with incorrect hull repair cooldown on the brig. Those are the patch updates. The map. Port battles continue. We got all of these down to here, right here. From this point up, these are the port battles that are happening today. Today is a Tuesday. I mean, people got jobs out there in the world. From here down, these four are the ones that have been triggered for tomorrow. I imagine this list will grow throughout the day. Let's look at the map. The British are steady spreading out on West Cuba and South Florida. They're also here on this side of the Yucatan, and the Spanish are here on this side of the Yucatan. The only people holding ports in the shallow areas are the Spanish and the French. Right here, Shroud K. East Coast, wide open. Although the Spanish are starting to take this area here. Pirates, looks like they're spreading out in the middle of the map. Spanish are here in Haiti. French are on the other side. And the French kind of trickled down through here, down to South America. There's a little pirate clique right here. British are right here, so now the French and the British are fighting over this side of the South American coast, while the Spanish are taking this side of the Spanish American coast. And then you follow up Central America here. Here's French. And like we said earlier, British. So it's taking shape. By a week from today, I believe we will see most of the map shook out to which nations are controlling which areas, and then the clan wars will start. So, lots happening on the map. It's busy, busy, busy out there. Lots of stuff going on. Clans are busy doing conquest missions to plant the flag, and then they do the port battle the next day. So, you know, there's a lot of content for people right now. Now the rant for today, or the topic of the rant for today, is negative comments, both for my channel and the Steam, the game complaints on Steam and Discord. First of all, I was accused of blocking responses on my channel. That is 100% horseshit. I have a hold on all comments because I don't want anything coming through that is absolute total BS, like porn, phishing, any kind of really destructive bullshit. That will get blocked. As far as your negative comments to me or my video quality or anything, that's all getting approved. It's just that the YouTube app for comment approval is actually kind of clunky and slow, you know. For the time that your comment shows up to me, I click approve, it disappears. I don't know how long it takes to go to the channel, and some comments keep coming back. So I've had one or two comments that have repeated no less than 8 times, and every time they show up, click the check mark approved. I've not disapproved any comment yet. So anybody who says that, you're 100% full of shit. Now, you can say anything you want about me. That's fine. You can say anything you want about the game. That's fine too. I try to respond to most every comment. Some comments are not respondable to. If I don't respond to you, I'll try to at least give you a thumbs up to acknowledge the fact that, yeah, I did read it, and thank you for the comment. And I do thank you for your comments, both positive and negative. Just don't be an asshole. The game negative reviews, both on Steam and Discord. Now, someone took issue with me calling that butthurt. It is what it is. I would say the great majority of the comments that I label as butthurt are these comments where the person making the comment didn't get a feature in the game that he wanted, or a feature that was in the game that he wanted is took away. So now he's got rage and he's going to quit. And not only should he quit, everybody else should quit. Burn it down. Burn it to the ground. You going to tell me that's not butthurt? My answer for this is if you're going to leave a negative comment, there should be a fix in your comment. This is wrong. This is what I think you need to do. Fix it. I got nothing but praise for those comments. Absolute praise. Now the devs, I will give the devs, at the current owners of this game, I will give them props. They have set their path and they're sticking to it. There was a lot of outrage about the gunpowder issue. The devs said, it is what it is. Get used to it. It's gunpowder production is player-based. Everything in this game is player-based. The economy, the clans run. There's no national capitals anymore. Okay? The clans decide who owns what. It's a true player-controlled game. You may not like that. That doesn't mean the game needs to be burnt down to the ground because you don't like it. What else? I'm kind of like lost my train of thought there. Anyway, negative comments are fine. Negative comments to the game are fine. Please provide a solution. At least that way I got something to argue against. I can't argue against, this game sucks. Uninstall. Okay, that is not a fix. Uninstalling this game is not the fix. And that seems to be the stand. There are people on Discord that they go on these, they're spending hours on Discord ranting about things, complaining, cajoling, insulting. I was like, bro, if you spent half the time in the game that you are in the Discord forum bitching, you'd be an admiral by now with 10 first rates that you were crafting. Less time in the forums, more time in game, you'll have a nicer life. And that's all I got to say about that. The reason for my channel is I want to help people that are starting out in the game. If there are things that you don't know about this game, please leave a comment and I will try to work a video up to demonstrate that. I mean, I'm not here for the fabulous. If you're watching me for fantabulous battles, you ain't getting it because I'm a solo player. What you're going to see on here is me getting ganked out in the open world. And I will show that when it happens. Because every time I play, I have the camera set up. All I need to do is push one button. And as soon as something happens, hopefully I remember to push the button because sometimes, you're stressed trying to run away or whatever the fuck you got to do, you know. But if I remember to hit the record button, I'll post it. So you're going to see me get ganked when I finally move out into the, out of the green zone. Right now I'm in the green zone. I've spent, my first issue with this game was what? Powder burn rates. I made a video on it. It's unacceptable in my view. The powder burn, the amount of powder that you got to carry, and shot is shot, but the amount of powder you got to carry to fire that shot, I don't agree with it. But instead of going and spending hours and hours and hours on Discord bitching about it, what I did is I took my hours and I ground my craft tree up until I can make my own powder and shot for way cheaper than it's sold in any stores. And now I can take it, and sell it to the other players and get rich. Okay? Because, like, if you go read the Steam comments, that's what they complain about. There's nowhere to get ammo except Nassau. Well, now I'm a player that it can make ammo. I can load a ship up and haul it somewhere and sell it and get rich. That's how the game works. That's how it's designed to work. Player controlled economy. You may not like the prices. You don't like the prices? You go start the craft tree and you craft your own. That's the fix. So don't just talk about the problem, talk about the solution. That's the best thing. That's a good point in life. You can be negative all your life and you're going to have a shit life. Provide the solutions. Do the work to make stuff better. That's what makes life good. That's all I got to say about that. Like I said, once again, please, if you need something demonstrated so you can understand it, you don't know how it works, leave a comment and I'll try to make a video to help you out. Otherwise, you're just going to follow me on my blundering path through this game as a solo player. No 50 shipport battles on my schedule I see in the near future. It's just a lot of stumbling, bumbling around trying to figure the game out like anyone else. Because I've been away for since 2021 was the last time I played, 2023. So I've been away a couple of years. I'm learning it too, people. And some of you have helped me. I appreciate that. If you help me, I appreciate that. If I help you, I am grateful for that opportunity. Thank you. And on to the next subject. All right, here we are back. It's mid to late afternoon on the East Coast. Population is 1153 online right now. 169 battles. Stuff's happening. I spent yesterday mostly cleaning up. I had a bunch of orders scattered all over the map. And I spent all day, all my gaming time hauling and bringing stuff back from all over the map. It was just like place a contract and I'd go somewhere else to collect the contract and that contract would be fulfilled and I'd have to go back. So it was a lot of that. I've only got one outstanding contract right now. It's nearby in Williams Bay. So I'm going to let that go. I want to take the Cerberus out. I've got it all loaded up. 3,600 powder, 600 ball, and then 56 of chain and grape. And what I want to do is I want to find another Trader's Snow or Trader's Brig and capture that and bring it back. That way I can run larger amounts of cargo around with my other Trader's Snow. And I'm also going to test my powder burn rate in battle, see if that's changed at all. See if I need to modify the numbers I have here. This is probably a little light on the powder. It's good enough for the ball, but if I fire a lot of this, this will become short for the ball. So there should probably be, I don't know, another 600 or so in here, maybe like 4,200. But I was starting to get concerned with the amount of weight in the hold. You know, I'm pretty close to being halfway full in the hold, and I want to keep my speed above 100 because after a certain point on your weight, your speed starts to drop. So that was a concern. So I'm gonna head out. Once I locate and finish the battle, I'll come back and share the results with you. Okay, here we are back. I found a trader snow, which was what I was looking for. I managed to tag him, and I shot 2 rounds of chain into his sails to slow him down because they run. And then I got up behind him and I put 2 volleys of ball into one side to knock it down. And then I did 2 rounds of grape. And the 2 rounds of grape, his armor was down about 2/3 of the way on the right side. I was on his right side. 2 full broadsides of grape, I killed 2 guys. So then I prepped my boarding guys. I waited till I was all the way up to 100 preparation, turned them into the wind, grabbed them with the G key, and here's the results of the battle log. So you see fire deck guns is really good against counterattack. And then I attacked him and he defended. He did good on that one. And then I did musket volley. I did pretty good on that one. And then I attacked into a brace. Not much happened. I attacked into his deck guns. That was a mistake. I did a musket volley. And then I did an attack. And by that point, his morale was down to about 8. And it won the battle. So let's see what we got here. You can... what you got to do is you got to be on the far side of the ship and you got to be looking at the other ship to get the X. You click X. This is what's in his hold. And that's pretty much the same thing when I captured the other one. It's exactly the same thing just about. The other trader snow had sulfur, teak logs, white oak logs, and hemp. No gold. Now, if you want to take control of the ship, what you do is you take the slider bar. I'm going to put about 20 guys on there. I think that might leave me undercrewed. We'll see here. Confirm. See, now he has a French flag, so he's in your fleet. And then you escape. You can leave battle or you can escape to port. That's a limited use feature. I don't think it's every battle you can do this. It's only like once a day. From my understanding, it's once a day. Leave battle. Yes. Now we're severely undercrewed on both ships, and the first thing I like to do is roll up to a port and replenish my crew. So Marsh Harbor's right over here. So I'm going to sail over there. Ammo warning. Let's see how my ammo looks. I had 3,600. Now down to just 3,000 or so. I used over half of the grape and under half of the chain. So I probably got enough to do another battle. So this loadout is probably good enough for two fights, although that fight was brief. If I got into a long battle, because how many shots did I fire? 574. I had 600 ball. So, if I shot 100 shots, we're going to see 600 disappear off of here. It's probably still enough for one or maybe two more battles against easier opponents. So what we'll do is we'll roll into this port, and then once I'm in port, I'll hire more crew, and we should be golden. And then I'll sail it back and put it in port. Let's get into port here real quick. It is a virtual parking lot outside of Nassau with all the players just sitting there waiting for something to sail up so they can tag it. So I sailed up this area of the map. Okay, crew. Click your little hat here. You want to put this much on the ships. So you got to hire. I don't have to hire crew because I had enough free crew. But if you had to hire crew, you would click this button and it's maxed out. So, and then if you want to check that, I don't know how you would check it in port. I got a ammo warning because the fleet ship doesn't have any ammo. That's why you're getting the A. The trader snow, no ammo. 22% of its hull is filled, but while we're here, let's see if there's any hemp available. Nope. Food? Nope. Trading? This is another way to make money. What you do is you look at this stuff, you find it where it's cheap, and then you haul it where it's expensive. And you can make a ton of money hauling these trading items. So I'm going to go ahead and leave port. And I'm going to sail back to Nassau. And then I'll go out again. Let's look at our cruise now. We're fully staffed now, so I'm good to go. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to check and see if there were any cargo hauling missions. Where is Little Harbor? Right here. Little Harbor's on the way back. That's a light cargo. Governor's is a medium cargo. Okay, so I'm going to take a mission. In the snow. We're going to take this Morgan's Bluff mission. And the hold on the snow is... I could take another mission. Little Harbor. That puts us up at 1K, so we're near our max loadout. Switch back to the Cerberus, and we will depart. So I'll check back in when I get to Nassau. Okay, here we are outside of La Descanida. Players everywhere. Trader's cutter. Whoop, whoop. Over there. Here. 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 Well, not there. But from here to Nassau, it's just like a little highway of players skipping around the water, doing things. But you go up. Let me bring the map up. I sailed from Nassau. There was all kind of players out here, all kind of players here, and then as you go up here to Marsh Harbor, players, 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 players. And then you start going down. I went down this way. I was above these islands, and I turned in and saw the traders' snow in here. That's where I got it, in this area here. But it's just lousy out here with players right now. And I'm on a slow crawl because I'm against the wind. But it's starting to be on, I'm starting to get on the good side of it, so I'll speed up here and get to where I gotta go. Gotta go make that monies. And another thing, boarding and capturing ships does not get you a lot of XP. I only got 21 XP for capping that trader's snow. And I think on the test server I capped a trader's cutter and I got the same amount of XP, 21. If you're grinding up rank, don't bother with trade ships. Okay, we're back in Nassau. I've unloaded the recently captured trader ship. Let's see what's on it. This is why I was getting the ammo message, because there are cannons on there. I can take those off and put them here in the warehouse. Oh, let's do this way. Okay, now we move it to here. So now it was a teak frame, fur planking, cramped, green. A little slow, a little extra crew, more hold, less thickness. I renamed it Trader 2, got Trader 1. Now I'll be able to haul more stuff when I'm going around trading. I won't use the basic links for that anymore. I'm debating whether to sell this, get rid of it, or at least unbox it. I haven't fought any battles in this. I've just used it as a cargo ship. So I might do some battles in it to at least unbox it, and then I'll sell it. I'm debating. Got plenty of cannons. So, oh, wait a minute. So I reloaded the Cerberus. I've got 4,000 powder, 600 ball, 56 and 56 for chain and grape. And I also loaded on 20 medicine. My speed is still 100, and my hold is getting close to half full. So I'm going to go out and do some more hunting. Here we are at the end of the battle. He's on fire. It's about to blow up. See if he blows up. Boom! Pretty fucking cool. Alright, he's dead now. Let's see what was on them. This was a brig. $403, so they've upped the doubloon some. That's not bad. 10 ball. Now I had 600. So I fired 121. And I had 4,000 of the powder. I didn't use any chain or grate. So let's add this to our pile. Nothing else in the hold. Cancel. And let's exit and see what the experience we got. $37 XP. Not bad. So, good to go. I've been online on this game since, let's see here, 1530. And there's been all of this combat news. This is all PvP results. So it's been, what, a couple of hours? And there's all this combat. People were saying there's not enough PvP in the game. That's another lie. Okay, on review of that last little clip, my mic wasn't on. Sorry. All I was saying is I finally got my first upgrade. Uh, I noted the amount of gold, cannonballs, and powder I got. Noted that I'm below half of my supply in the ship now. I fought 3 battles, 2 brigs, and a lynx. And each one of those ships caught fire at some point during the battle. So that's kind of a thing now. So be careful out there. Don't get too close to burning ships or exploding ships. But the other thing I said is that's my last battle for the evening. I'm going to get into port here and call it a night. Thanks for watching.